So what the Gnostic thought does is bring Christ into the pagan world, right? But in the pagan world, there are many gods, right? Now, so the problem comes with the idea of monotheism, right? Now, in Isaiah, God says, I am God, and there is none else. Or no other God beside me. I read that to you before, too, right? So, here, they're telling you this, right? Because what you're doing is you're confusing a created thing as being the spirit itself, right? And see, what is God is the spirit, not any created being, right? No matter its form in a way, too, right? But its first form, if it's formed as an adult, would be both. Why? Because we're also born from a mother and father once the first one is made who was made, right? See, if, like with Adam, right? Okay, I'm creating the human race and I'm your God, right? And I'm your maker, right? Yet you can't see me, right? I have to make you like me first. And I'm everything I can make, right? From the matter, right? It's the matter, though, and the spirit that are neither or, male or female, right? But what Satan wants you to do is not just see the male and female, but divide and stay divided, right? And not ever become one again, right? Now, if God divides you from one into two, it can also make you one again unless your body becomes corrupted somehow. Now, Satan is the tree of knowledge, right? Just as the kings in the Bible are described as metaphoric trees. Why is this? Because they provide for the people their subsistence, right? They have farmers to farm the land, right? Right. Like Moses told them how to farm the land, right? And how to do their agriculture according to his theory, right? It's still a theory, right? Of how to do all that. And I think one of the ideas is every 7 years you give the land rest and then you go back to harvesting again, right? And things like that, or every 49 years, something like that. And then you have the Feast of Jubilee and all that, right? Right. Now, so every king, every ruler, every congressman or senator or whatever you have in power, they're deciding your fate every day. They're making your laws and your rules, and sometimes they don't care about your feelings, right? It's majority rule still. Now, even though medically you can abort a child, this is where, again, why they did the Handmaid's Tale and all that, right? To show how crazy men are being about controlling a woman's body, right? See, if you gotta make a law to control something, it's not necessarily God who doesn't understand what you're doing. Now, why did Bathsheba's and David's first child die? Because of David's sin, right? Well, again, we're all in sin, right? So if you abort a child before they become a certain, age, right? Because Nathan said the child wouldn't even make it to 7 days old, right, before he was circumcised, right? And that's what happened, right? Right. Now, had Nathan not said anything, would the child have been punished? Right? I don't know. So the prophet, right, is partly why the child died, ain't he? I know. So if a doctor can perform a safe abortion, right, on a woman who's pregnant, right, by a certain age, and before the embryo reaches a certain state in its development, the Bible does not show you can't do that. I know. In fact, it shows you can, right? If it's the sin of the mother or the father, right? And rape is as murder, according to the law of Moses. And then what you're doing is called splitting hairs. You're splitting hairs, right? You're making a rule simply because you have the majority of votes, right? And mainly it's the men in the majority more than the women. The women can barely catch up to you and all the evil you've been doing as well. Now, I don't know if what the senator in the wheelchair is talking about is true or not. But what they're not telling you is it's possible. Right. He talks about them being on coke or, having orgies or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's not impossible if they did it in the days of Rome, right? But if they're doing it, they don't want you to know either. You ever see the Eyes Wide Shut? With Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman? I did. And they control who they let into that circle. Mm-hmm. Right. Now this dude's in a wheelchair. What they gonna do with him? I know, right? I guess. I don't know all the details. Mm-hmm. But see, when you're saying something that's considered outrageous, you say allegedly first, right? Anyway. And you gotta give some sort of details, right? See, if I'm making up a story, right? Either way. Mm-hmm. I gotta make up details that go against or for that particular story, right? Not only does it have to make sense, but I got to have evidence for it, right? Like me not being along with my stepdaughter when she was in there with her mom, right? Now, there's only one reason the child would even leave her room late at night, mainly, right? And that's if she's got to pee or something, right? Now, there's more than one reason, though. She could also want a shower. She could also want a bath. She could also want something to eat or drink, right? Like I told you before, right? But just because a child comes in there to me, don't mean I'm going to pull down her panties every time, right? Either, right? Whatever I'm doing, though, it takes a series of events, right? And anyone can accuse you of doing something without evidence you did it too, right? That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So when people do that, they hurt other people. Mm-hmm. When you make crazy rules because you're trying to control what a woman can do with her body, that's really against the law of God, right? Because God don't have the rules, right? Man makes the rules for men and women. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I can't. I'm a citizen, right? I can get a woman pregnant, right? And it ain't up to me if I keep the child. It's up to her, right? Anyway. And if I'm going to be with a woman, I will try to make her feel good so she don't mind having my baby. Right. Anyway. You know what I mean, right? I don't make her feel like I love her and want to be with her, but someone's keeping me from her. Even though she's in a bad situation, maybe. Has to work 7 days a week. I don't know. Like I told you, it's up to her. I just want a little massage, right? If I get a massage, right? Now, if I start fantasizing during the massage, nothing wrong with that either. But if I have sex with her, right, my ejaculation would be inside of her. Right. If not, I'm fantasizing, right? See, what you don't get is there's nothing wrong with fantasizing even about Michelle, the girl in the nail salon. Even if nothing happened. I keep telling you both ways, right? The reason I'm not sure nothing happened, though, is the time was off. And it's not daylight savings time until the next day, right? I don't think, right? It was November 7th in 2019 when it happened. And you don't start asking questions till you realize again something was off, right? About your timetable, right? Plus, it was on the Saturday anyway. Usually the time changes on the Saturday night, right? Not a Saturday day, right? So you can play games if you want to. Plus, when you fall back, you have 2 1 o'clocks, right? Because you turn it back an hour from 2 to 1, right? Right. You get an extra hour in fall. Yes, when you spring forward, you lose an hour, right? And it's once a year, and for each one, right? So that means I would have to have more time, not less, right? I would be an hour early if I got there at 2, because then it would be two, but not yet 2, you know. It would really be 1. It would really be 1 when I got there. So I would have another 2 hours. Though what happened was I lost an hour between the time I went into the salon until the time my movie started. An extra hour passed, right? Along with her doing my nails, right? Part of it I remember, right? See, when I do a 30-minute massage, I watch the time, right? And it's only 30 minutes. I'm in there, right? And I don't feel like I lost any time there either, right? Because I'm trying to pay attention. Now, when the girl's pushing on my back, right, and trying to massage me, the only fantasy I might have is to massage her to show her how to massage me better. Or something, right? If she's not doing that good of a job, right? I might even ask her to let me show her. But that isn't part of my memory either, right? Again, right? So I don't say that happened. I say she was just trying to massage me. She did a decent job. I even tipped her $17, right? Which I paid $60. $12 is a normal tip for anything between 10, which is $2, which is 20%, right? All the way up to 60, which is $12. So I gave her 17, which is just $5 more, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm fantasizing, though, right, nothing wrong with that, right? But if I really did something with her, she would have to let me too, right? Mm-hmm. And unless I'm blacked out off and on during the massage, right? I don't know nothing happened, right? But she still gotta say yes, because I won't force her, right? I would just ask her, well, let me show you how I would do it. I know. To you, right? And then massage her how I think you should be massaging me. I do remember at one point, after 20 minutes, right, trying to show her a little bit how to do my legs and my feet, right. Now, she did come close to the crotch area a couple times, but I tried to, right, get her not to do that. Mm-hmm. And I told her, even when she did, it's up to her, right? I'm not trying to do that, right? So I still tipped her, right? Because you got to learn your customers as you keep doing that kind of job, right? Now, I probably won't be able to do it again until next month, though. Right? I got to watch my money, right? But again, on my medications and all that, right? Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay.